What's going on, guys? MariK here. Last week we covered all of the maps for the classic Battlefront 1 game, went over their layouts, and talked strategy for each of the various factions. This week we'll be talking about the maps in Battlefront 2, going over the changes to the maps that have come from the first game, discussing strategies for the new maps that are new to the second game, and going over various strategies for each faction on each map. The classic Hoth map returns in Battlefront 2 with pretty much the exact same layout on the map. The Empire still has its two AT-ATs with the forward camp and its AT-STs, but now they also start with the bunker. They've also removed the command post control located between the outpost and echo base. Not really a command post that has a whole lot of value, however, it is a difficult one to kind of try and take because it is such tight, cramped quarters, but it doesn't really affect the outcome of the match in the long run, where the rebels only have echo base, the generator, and the outpost. I don't know if it was intended, but by giving the bunker to the Empire, it takes the already huge advantage the Empire had and gives them one more advantage to stack on top of it. Because now, instead of the Empire focusing on whether or not to take the outpost or the bunker first, they already have the bunker. So they can direct all of their forces towards taking the outpost and then either heading towards the generator or just going for echo base itself. One major difference that they changed with the bunker command post from the first game is that the tunnel that used to lead to a couple bridges that went over a giant chasm through the ice caves is no longer there. It's blocked off, as you can see. Before, it used to lead you straight to the shield generator or a little embankment over the shield generator. Now that they've given this command post to the Empire from the start, that tunnel is no longer accessible, probably so it was harder to get to the generator and also so you couldn't sit there and spawn kill as easily. Obviously, my preferred method is to spawn as a pilot and take the right AT-AT, specifically the right AT-AT, because I don't want to take the left one and have whoever is in the right AT-AT walking in front of me when I'm trying to take out the outpost or take out rebels at the outpost. So it's just kind of a personal preference at that point. Got him. It should be noted that despite having a stamina bar, you actually cannot, there's no speed, there's no sprint with the AT-AT. It is one speed, and that speed is slow as sin. If you ever see that your walker is in danger of getting tripped up, be sure to... Well, I was going to say be sure to get out of the walker, so that you don't die along with it, but it doesn't really matter if another snowspeeder takes a pot shot at you and one-shots you. So be a little more aware of your surroundings. You can, as you've seen us already do, one-shot the speeders. I don't know what is happening with this one. Well, that was weird, but that worked out in our favor. You just have to be very careful and lead your shots. Definitely you can shoot them down with the primary fire, but I feel like it's always easier to use the secondary fire just because it's a faster shot and it does a lot more damage. Otherwise, I just spend my time doing what I always love to do and just shooting shit with the main cannons, or rather in this case the secondary cannons, and get yourself a nice little healthy lead. You can have fun, you can one-shot turrets. It really, again, unless the Rebel team just is made up of better players, I can't imagine there being any reason that the Empire should lose this, even if you weren't sitting here shooting down all the snow speeders. Another option you can take is to once again spawn as the AT-AT driver or the engineer and wait for the AT-ST to spawn. For some reason, it doesn't spawn right away at the beginning of the game, at the beginning of the match like it does in the first game. So you just kind of spawn as your pilot, wait patiently, do some evade rolls, jump up and down, swap your weapons, whatever keeps you occupied long enough so you don't lose boredom waiting on it to spawn. The benefit to playing as the AT-ST, in my opinion, is that you've got the same option as far as your firepower goes. The secondary fire is still strong enough to take out infantry in one blast, and you can take out more than one as well, so you're not really losing anything there. The primary fire is more or less the same thing, but I feel like having more mobility is more fun than having just the unstoppable. I'm pretty sure that was, yep, pretty sure that was an ally. It's more fun to be able to move around. The ATST, or the AT-AT, while it is fun to play as, it takes so long to get anywhere with it. Either one works just as well, and as you saw, we can still take down the snow speeders with it. So it's more just whether or not you want to pick the vehicle that's going to be damn near impossible to kill, therefore you're safe, or live a little dangerously. In this particular instance, we're going to play as the sniper class. I went over the hill that goes towards the outpost just because I feel like in the second game, they're much more prone to going towards your forward camp, and therefore it gives you more targets to shoot at. In the first game, they don't really bother as much, and I feel like it's also because they have one less command post to worry about. With these Hoth dish turrets, you can also kind of just wait for the enemy to get in them, and they're very vulnerable while they're in these turrets, so you can just pick them off without having too much trouble. Ah, ran out of ammo. You got a pretty good vantage point. You could even, I suppose, attempt to snipe from the bunker command post, but it just doesn't feel like it's as good of an idea. I mean, I suppose it does give you an option because you can snipe over to the outpost and back of the generator and towards any enemies walking out of Echo Base. So there is enough of a reason to warrant that specific playstyle. Either way, they all work well. You can play as just a regular stormtrooper and storm the command post. That was so not who. Oh my god, this is not going the way it was supposed to. Sniping from the bunker is just, it's a different kind of vantage point, I guess. It gives you a little bit more view of just the map in general, but I feel like it also does leave you a lot more exposed because you are more or less in enemy territory. You're around all of the enemy command posts, and I'm just gonna wait. Nope. All right. Yep, there we go. Oh, come on. There was that sniper there. There's that one there. The Empire it's really fun to play as the Empire on this map, and there's so many different options for how you can play it compared to playing as the Rebels. One of my personal recommendations is to still spawn as a sniper when playing as the Rebels. Run up the snow embankment behind the command post. You're not as noticeable, and unless somebody is specifically looking for you or they know that you're up here, you're relatively safe from getting shot. If for some reason one of the AT-ATs happens to be looking for you or they know you're up here, then you are kind of in some danger. You could also choose to spawn as an engineer and pilot the snow speeder just like you could in the first game. The thing I do like about using the snow speeder in the second game more than the first game is the fact that they added the evade and stuff to the snow speeder that wasn't available in the first game. And also, the snow speeder has 2 different firing modes now. You've got your primary weapon that still does a pretty good amount of damage, and then you've got your secondary that is almost like, it functions similarly to the AT-AT and the AT-ST secondary fire. It's a really fast shot that does a high amount of damage. So personally, flying around, it's fun. I would rather fly around as the snow speeder and just fly around and take out infantry rather than trying to trip up the AT-ATs. You do have to be careful when trying to take out infantry in this thing because it's really easy to get too close to the ground and you don't want to crash right into it. So that's going to be it for our strategic map overview of Hoth. It's more or less the same as it was in the first game, with even less for you to do as the Rebels. It's so much easier to play as the Empire between sniping, the AT-ATs, the AT-STs, and you actually have command posts that you're trying to take over. Whereas as the rebels, you don't really need the bunker command post. It doesn't really serve you a whole lot of purpose. You can take the forward command post. I'm sure it'll stop their ATST from spawning, but you're so out in the open, as you are with a lot of this map, that the ATST and the AT-AT secondary fires and their primary fires can just obliterate you and wipe your forces out. So I don't really like putting myself in a position that I can just get one shot by them. Playing as the speeders is a lot of fun in this game compared to the first game. You've got a lot more control. I feel like the flight controls are better this time around, and that secondary fire is just so much better than worrying about the primary cannons. If you're good enough with the snow speeder and you can get the AT-AT separated, then using the tow cable to trip them up and take them down is definitely an option, but they will eventually respawn to give you the same problem that you started with. Star Wars Battlefront Classic Collection comes out in just 2 weeks, so we hope to see you on the Battlefront.